see if these brackets are able to come down. Usually the rust gets to them pretty bad, breaks the plastic. That one's gonna come down. This one looks like it's already broke. We'll see if we can't smooge it out of there. Okay, that one's down. I'll come back and get the rest of these. Okay, that one's gonna be free. All right, let me make sure we have lines that look like they're gonna be right, because we're gonna reach, with the frame out, this isn't gonna be too bad. We're just gonna cut them right here and then undo them. We're gonna have to undo one of the tank straps where it loops around, but let me make sure our lines look right. Looks like they're close enough. We're gonna start with the inside line. You ready? 3, 2, 1. You just bought the farm, baby. It's ours now. I think we're gonna take and try to sneak this one up and out of there. Let's see the outer one. I guess I can crack them both. I don't know if I want to right now, do I? Yeah, it's probably gonna be the easiest. Let's just get her done. You already bought the farm anyways, huh? Straight line. That's it. Let me get a pick. What would we do without the rust, folks? Mother of pearl. There's that one. There's that one. Let's chase it backwards. We need to take this gas tank strap here loose. Oh, man down. Oh, got rust in my britches. I ain't feeling too good. Have to go dig that out there in a second. I gotta get this other brake line off. Must be the gas tank's about full. I see it drop down there a little. This bar holds it in, plus it still has one more strap on it. This is super difficult for me to show you guys, so I'll just kind of stick you back and we'll fast forward and skip all the crap. That's one nice part about rust is we don't have to worry about taking off the brake hose retainer. They pretty much self-dissolve. There really wasn't any sense in wasting any more film on that. Not that cameras use film, but you can't really see anything, you know. So there's our two new lines. I just got them up there snugged up. Ran down through here, put the double X zip ties on them just to be on the safe side. These little plastic retainers, as soon as you touch them, the little finger that holds line in breaks. So I just do your classic double zip tie. Had to unhook that fuel line there because of the way that other line ran. And then, like I say, the other one here runs up above the tank, in front of the tank, down along the inside the frame there. And then I've got both of them running up to where the hoses are gonna go. Got that one there, and we've got this one over here, PPing over there. So I'm gonna get the hoses stuck on there, and because we just got them yanked down, I'm just gonna pop the clips off there, you know, cut that line, and just put them in all as an assembly. A little chaotic around here, folks. Let's see if we can't get this one off. That's what the retainer is supposed to look like. Off there. Let's see what we got. It looks like a hammer. Oh, screwdriver. There it is. Let's see if we can cut that line. Get that out of there. Let's get our new hose. Let's spin it on the line here. If I can hold it. They're clocked the way they go in there. You gotta have it just right. The bottom one here, same way. We'll get this one in. I'm gonna try to get them lined up here. I'll twist them with a pair of pliers. Let's see. See if we can't. I'm gonna have to move you folks. Got you in the optimal viewing area. Move you back in the position. We'll do that one. I'll let the car down. I'll get that top one, and we'll cut this line off the rest of the way. And get that in there like it should be. We'll use our RBRT socket over here. Yeah, the sides with the studs like this, they usually survive, but boy, the ones with the bolts that go down into the axle, they never do. Break them off, put a zip tie on them. This is a pretty short line anyways. I mean, it's pretty rigid. I don't think vibration would be too much of an issue, but we'll get that off. We will unhook this end like that. This we're going to have to save. And the old spreader row. Stick that there for a moment so we don't lose it. Grab a ratchet. Find us a short 10 mil. We haven't lost it. Oh, look at that, right where we left it. Stick that on there. Spin that little guy out. Easy. Brake lines are probably one of my least favorite jobs to do. It's probably because I've done so many. I don't know. I'd almost rather change tires than brakes. Brake lines. I'm gonna get the tape off this thing. Get this. That started down there. That's gonna be right about there. Dude, this place has been freaking nuts today. They've towed in so many cars. Stuff parked out in the street right now. Not a good day to be doing a video, I'll tell you that. I have no idea how it's going to go together, but I know I didn't record a lot of the brake line stuff here. It was, it's difficult because, well, because you can't see anything. If I had a camera person, I could be talking and they could be pointing, getting up in the areas I'm talking about, but when your hands are covered with schmoo, if I don't have to figure out the camera, I won't. But take the brake line out, put the brake line in. That was the gist of the whole thing here. I don't know what the guy's intention with this car is. Get a few more years out of it. I'm thinking, what do you want? Before it returns to the earth from which it began. Alright, I think that's what happens to cars. Make them into something new. We'll use this socket again. There we go, she's done, just needs to be bled out. I'm so confused where I left off showing you guys. The brake lines are all done. It got super hectic here this afternoon. They're all in, all put on. We've got all the new flex hoses put in there. Of course, the new short lines going over to those hoses. And I think we showed this side here. I don't know. It's going to be a miracle if this video fits together. So at this point, I'm ready to put the subframe back up in. So that thing's ready. That's kind of the easy part. I just wanted to get the brakes done. Oh, that's right. We got to put these ball joints in. Almost seems like a waste. These ball joints are really good shape still. I mean, they feel just like the OEs, like the brand new ones. And the boots are in really good shape. I don't know. Well, whatever. He bought them. He wanted them put in, so we'll put them in. Kind of unnecessary, but we're going to put them in. There it is. They're ready to roll. I think that's it. I just wanted to spray all the spots where the the bolts go up through and where they mate together. I think we can go ahead and slide her up in there now. Oh yeah, and I went ahead and popped the ball joints out. I did that this morning while I was drinking my coffee. Came in a little early. They were fighters. Ended up using a torch, just had to nick the castle nuts off, because when it stuck a wrench on them, the castle nut just kind of crumbled, if you will. So standard procedure, tin shield, torch, psh, cut it off, air hammer, hit the ground. So we kind of got her up in there. I wanted to make sure I could get that steering shaft lined up. I thought it would be easier, and it was. And now we need to get the subframe lined up, because these things you can move all around. So what we want to do is we're going to put it right back exactly where it was. So there are special alignment bars that you can make that align in the subframe and then in the body. But really, I mean, if you have it off, just when you're doing the alignment, you know, if your camber is, you know, positive on one side, negative on the other, you just shift the subframe left and right to, you know, to get it lined up. So if you do this and you're taking yours into the alignment shop, you'll have to tell them that they may have to adjust the subframe. They'll probably look at you like you got 3 heads, but. All right, with the back two being lined up, all the rest of them theoretically should be. Yeah, you can see the old witness marks where it was. We're all good. I'm gonna finish snugging these up. Oh, let's see, I got 4 of these to put on. Wrong size, fella. Where are we? One of the little ones. That one goes up in here. 2 more of these. We'll snug those up before we forget. factory specs. And then we're running out of bolts. We got these 4 left here. And these are gonna go, these 4 here. 2 bolts and both of these nuts, they're gonna go in the engine mount back here. Somewhere. Up through this hole. Oh, we got threads there. We got threads there. Feels like something there. Okay, let's get the torque spec on that engine mount. There we are. Everything has been torqued to factory spec. Except these ball joint nuts, they're not gonna get torqued to factory spec. At least if we do it, we're gonna do it off camera, if you know what I mean, wink wink. These are supposed to be 50 some foot-pounds, but I'm not pulling the axles and stuff. We're gonna use what they call common sense. Oh, almost too tight. These are the bottoms of the sway bar links. 55 pound-feet of torque on those bad boys. Let's see, we still have the, remember we have to tighten the bolt here in the control arm. And the only bolt we have left is this one here, and that's for the steering shaft. I'm gonna get a little Loctite on that, get that threaded in there, align my paint mark back up, and then obviously torque that to factory specs. Okay, we gotta snug it just a little bit. Get the hole lined up. Of course, it's already been torqued to factory spec, naturally, but the hole never lines up, you know. Actually, you know what? Oh, actually, no, that cotter pin still bites in there good. Okay, I'll do the other side. We better do a recap here, folks. Make sure we didn't forget anything. Ball joints are tight. Tie rod's tight. Sway bar link, those bolts. All of those bolts, all of those. The wire is back in the O2 center, back on its bracket. We've tightened up the motor mount, all of those nuts. All of those are tight. Ball joint tie rod end. Steering shaft is back on, the rubber boot's back down. Let's just cross our fingers those 2 brake line fittings up there don't leak. They're gonna be a real son of a bee if they do. Those 2 are tight, and that's all we had off. We've got to put the, you know, plastic jiggly bits back on. Where's that? This stuff here. Put this all back on. I think we only had like 1 clip that survived out of the plastic clips. I don't think there was anything that broke on these. Those were all good. Brake lines are in, clips are all in. Gas tank straps are back in. Right, yep, those are all in. Fuel lines hooked back up. Those brake lines are in. My boy Josh put rear pads and rotors on it there while we were waiting for some other parts to show up, so that's all done. Brake line, brake line. I think we're good, folks. It's gonna need a wheel alignment, and then when Mrs. O gets here this morning, or Josh, whoever shows up first, I'm gonna get the brake split out, and then we should be good to go. Got the very lovely Mrs. O inside the Prius. This rubber hose doesn't fit our bleeder, but we'll keep it on there anyways. Go ahead and push down, Vanessa. What I love about Priuses, or Toyotas I should say. You know, pumps just are running. Let up. So it makes it really nice to self-bleed. Push down. I just like to use the clear hose so I can see if there's any air coming out of it. Let up. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go do the other side. And then let me go make sure the reservoir is still full. These have really nice rubber caps too. Let's see here. Oh, good. I dropped my hose. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, push down. But they flow really good, Bob, man. If you ever blew a brake line one of these, this thing will empty your master cylinder in like 30 seconds. Let up. Down. Up. Down. All right, go ahead and let up. All right, we'll snug that up. All right, now that that's done, hallelujah. They're nice and dry. Those are the only two I really worried about. I did put a tin shield back on and put this one back on, but I took this one off because remember we've got to get to these bolts. We got to tighten this up at ride height. Oh, and then I put those plastic jiggly bits back on. Really not much to see there. We just need to make sure that all of our fittings are nice and dry. I had Vanessa pump it up and push on the brakes pretty hard. Let's dry. Everybody's dry. Oh, good. That's good. We got our calipers cleaned off. I got our rubber caps put back on there. Okie dokie. Let's set it down. We'll throw a floor jack under here, get it at ride height, and then torque those to whatever they're supposed to be torqued to, or we'll do it. You know us. Go. Now I think we'll be okay. So 172 on these. There's that one. 172-ish. Then we'll go to the other side. Now that everything's all good, the plastic bits are on, we know nothing's leaking, we give it the full treatment. We're gonna spritz down the outside of it here with the film. Get all over everything. Or even if we didn't do anything with it, it's gonna outlast what's left of this car, let's be honest. But we're gonna make sure it doesn't ever rot out, come back and haunt us, and at least when the next guy gets it at the junkyard, it'll still be usable for him. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna finish spritzing this down. Of course, once we're done, we gotta do the alignment still, but make sure that you get up inside, you know, the subframe wherever you can. You know, the spritzer down up inside all of its holes. Makes a big difference, folks. And then of course we're gonna do, I'm just giving you a quick examples here, but we're gonna do, oops, not right in that hole, fella, but we're gonna do inside the control arms and that stuff too. So that's it, that's what I'm gonna keep on doing here. And that, folks, is that wheels are on. They're all torqued. Missing a valve cap. That's not torqued to spec. We'll have to get him one of those. Come on, kitty kitty. Come on. Where'd you go, Luna? Come here. How are you? Huh? How you doing? You want to go inside, see mommy, huh? Been out in the sun. Yeah, it's a good girl. Let's go see mommy. Ready? Let's go! Okay, ready? Hit the button. Is it ready? Oh, wee! Our little shifter. Wee! Our steering wheel's gonna be crooked, I'll tell you that. Oh, fire in the hole. Our brakes feel really nice. Driver and drive. We're not gonna go very far. We're just gonna go a little bit around town here. Let me turn my seatbelt on so we don't have to listen to the dinger. Coming. Nope. And we're off to the races. So the steering wheel's cocked to the right. Just a little bit. I expected that though. Open the window up. Yeah, between taking the subframe out and taking the steering shaft on and off, I assumed it was going to be a little cattywampus. Brake pedal's mint. Well, I'm surprised we don't have a bunch of lights on. Usually when you're driving, you know, a car like this, and you'll get like some rationality codes or improbable steering angle sensor codes because you're driving, you know, essentially in a straight line. But it, you know, sees that the steering angle sensor is crooked, but doesn't sense the car going around the corner. So usually they throw a fit and turn a bunch of lights on, which is no problem. I mean, you just line the vehicle, get the steering wheel straight, reset the steering angle sensor, whatever the process is there, and you're good to go. But I think that's it. We just gotta wait for Joshy to get his rack open, and then he'll get this thing lined up, and we're on to the next one. So that's it, folks. Like I say, we just gotta wait for Josh to get the rack open, and we'll get that straightened out. We'll adjust the subframe if we have to, you know, because we put that subframe back where it was, but that's back where the other one was. So if this one's slightly different, which, you know, most of the way things are manufactured nowadays are pretty precise, so I'm sure we're pretty close. But if we have to shove it, you know, left or right to get our camber back to where it should be, or you can even change your caster spec, to be honest with you, on that, because that thing shoves forward and back too. So we'll check all that and, you know, take care of that obviously, and then set the toe when we're done to get the steering wheel straight. And that's it. So now we got to put a subframe in this one. We did a video on a Subaru, but it's a little different style subframe than what this one is. So maybe we'll record this one because this is, you know, the other style. I think it's newer than the last one that we did. And then perhaps we'll record that Mazda. But the other Prius that I got to do here in a couple days is the exact same as this one. So really nothing more to see there. It's about as equally as, well, it's a little rougher than this one. It's a little more rotted than that one is. So I assume it's going to go the same. I don't know what else to tell you other than to go in that comment section. Leave me a question, comment. Find us on Insta, folks. Facebook. We're posting some videos there, some short formats of our really old content. Trying to get it organized, but I should have done it like 1,400 videos ago. Anyhow, just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.